Hello children, hope you're all doing well, keeping safe at home and are ready for our online art lesson. Today's lesson is to do with the project that you've been working on, your Settlers project. So today I thought we'd do a lovely picture, just a sketch today, and then next time we'll do the colouring in, so it gives you a chance to get some pencils together, some coloured pencils if you've got some coloured pencils at home, or if you've got just your grey pencils that you normally use to do your homework with, you can use them as well. But I thought we'd do a lovely picture today of an image of some settlers or some settlers' village set in a nice backdrop. So today, all you'll need for this lesson today is a pencil and a ruler and some paper. So let's get started. Now, each week that you come to me for art, remember we always start with that magic line called the horizon line. Today's no different. So the horizon line is, if you remember, is never ever in the middle. Is it higher or lower than the middle? So I've put my finger on my paper where I think roughly the middle is. That's about the middle. So we're going to have a mountain in our picture eventually, so I want it to come a bit lower than the middle, so that's where the middle is. So let's just draw a line a bit further down from my finger. I'm going to leave a bit of a gap between my finger and the line, and then I'll get my ruler and I'll draw as straight a line as I can, looking at the top of the paper to make sure that the line is level with the paper, and then I draw my line straight across. So we've made our start. Let's carry on. Like I said, we're going to put a bit of a mountain in the background just to give us a bit of a backdrop to our picture. So I'm going to come across from the side of the paper, so maybe somewhere about here. I'm going to draw a nice mountain in. Okay, not right to the top, look. I've left a bit of a gap. And then let's draw another one that's behind that one. So it'll start somewhere here, and then it'll come out, and maybe that one does come out to the end of the paper. So we've got a large mountain, then we've got a smaller one, but it's hidden behind that one. So it's part way up that line. So let's do the next part. Let's have a bit of a river that's coming through our scene, because settlers, they used to have their villages near water, so they could do their washing and cooking. So let's have a bit of a river that comes around here, shall we? So I'm not going to take it straight up to that line. It's not going to be right up to that line. It's going to come a bit further down, but only a small amount, and then it's going to come round here, and then it'll come out the page here. Now, as I've taught you, and as many of you have told me before, you know that when things get further away, they get smaller, and then as things get closer to us, they get bigger. So let's show that this river, as it's going further along up that painting, that it's getting smaller and smaller. So I'll start from here. I'll get it quite close. My next line is going to be very close to that first line. Look, it's hardly a tiny gap. And then as I come round, it'll get wider and wider and wider. And then maybe let's take it off the page like that. So down the bottom here, look, it's quite wide, and then as it comes up, it gets thinner and thinner and thinner. So that gives us the illusion that that river is near to us down here, and it's farther away up there. So let's do the next part of our picture. Right, we said the project was about settlers, didn't we? So the settlers, when they first set up their village, or their camp, shall we call it, had kind of like mud huts, like these huts. And these huts were simple shapes. Let me show you. So the one that's nearest to us is going to be bigger. That's what we've established, that if things are nearer to us, they're bigger. So let's do a biggish one, somewhere around here. So I'm going to start off with the triangle shape, with quite a round shape on the bottom. So this mud hut would be two straight lines coming down. And because this part's round, we want to make it look like this hut is a round shape, not a flat shape, it's round. So on the bottom line here would be a round shape there as well. Now, we'd have a door. So let's put a door in. And then we'd have maybe a bit of a window. Let's put a bit of a window in there. So there's our first settler's hut in. Now, we want to do a couple more. But we want it to look like these are a bit further away. So on this part here, I'm going to do another one of those triangle shapes. But this time it'll be slightly smaller. So there's my triangle shape. There's that round shape on the bottom. And then let's make the shape slightly smaller. But it's got the same shape to it. Look, it's got those same sides and the same curve. But it's slightly smaller. So let's do the door slightly thinner and slightly smaller. And the window slightly smaller. So already I can see that that one is bigger than that one. So it makes it look like that one's further away. I'm going to do one more. We're going to do one more together. Just an even smaller one, just to show that we've got a bit of distance in our picture. So this one will be a small hut way out in the distance there with a tiny, tiny door and a tiny, tiny window. So we've got our 3 mud huts in now. So how about we put a bit of foliage in, a bit of nature going on. So over here, let's put a tree. Now remember when I've taught you before that however you draw something, how it grows or goes. Now a tree starts at the bottom and it comes up. So let's just do the trunk of the tree and then maybe with a bit of foliage just like that on the top. So we've got a bit of foliage on that tree. How about we do a slightly bigger one? We'll do a bigger one down the front here. Again, to show us a bit of distance. So it shows that that tree is further away. So somewhere here, alongside the river, I shall draw this tree. Now this one will have branches. Let's put some branches on our tree. Remember, you start with a line, come off that line with a new line, come off that line with a new line. So we've got another tree with lots of branches coming on. Okay. And as you know, like I've told you before in class, that we could spend forever doing this, couldn't we? We could put lots and lots of branches on. But today, we'll put enough in just to show that this tree is quite a big tree. And we'll put another branch coming off there, which we can join up to there. So we've got lots of branches on this tree now. I think we've got enough there. So we've got our small tree over there, and we've got our bigger tree there. We'll colour that in next time. We'll do that next time. Now, how about we put a fence in? Let's put a fence across here. Maybe the settlers, when they moved in, they didn't want anybody to disturb their village. So let's put a line that comes from the line of that river down. It goes behind the tree. Don't let it go through the tree. Behind the tree. It'll come round and it'll come down out the bottom of the paper like that. And then what we can do is we can put some fence posts in, just like that. The fence posts, if you look, they're quite wide apart there. And then let's make sure that they get closer together the further away we get. So then that gives us a bit of distance as well. Shows us a bit of perspective. It shows us that when they're near to us, they're quite far apart, and then they look as if they're closer together there. I think for today, actually no, we won't end it just there. Let's do one other thing. Let's look at the sky. We've done all this that's in the foreground here. So let's look at the sky now. So in the sky, what we'll do, we'll put a couple of clouds in there. Clouds, they're a bit fluffy on the top and flat on the bottom. So I've done a kind of fluffy line, a wiggly line, and flat on the bottom. And I've done it quite high up. Now, if we do one bit further down to show that we've got a bit of distance in there, let's do it smaller and thinner. So there's our other cloud there. So we've got 3 clouds. We've got one there, big ones, and a small one there. I think for this time, we'll leave it at that. And then next time we do this, next time we join each other, we'll colour it in or we'll shade it. Whichever you've got. If you've got coloured pencils, get them together for next time and we'll colour them in. If not, you can use your pencil, what you've used to draw it with, and shade it in. Alright, so here's till next time. Keep safe, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.